Hey guys, we are live. What is going on out there this morning? Brent Abel here, webtennis.com. Yeah, baby. Another episode of 7 around 7. And hope you're having a great Monday morning, at least start to the day, wherever you are. I'm here in the Rocky Mountains, Steamboat Springs, Colorado. What have I got this week? Dang, guys, I'm heading to Northern California, the Bay Area, on Thursday for a few days. My oldest daughter, Georgie, getting married. Boom. So we're going to do a few days of celebration there in the Bay Area. Looking forward to that, obviously. And then next Tuesday, a week from tomorrow, heading to Asheville, North Carolina, to play two events, a team event, and then also the Asheville City Open. And looking forward to the team event. It's all doubles. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, four days of doubles. And then the Asheville City Open singles and doubles there. And looking forward to the doubles, especially because I got the great Tony Dawson lined up next to me on my side of the net for doubles. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And so look, guys, if you're in the Asheville, North Carolina area, the week of, let's call it July 5th, I'll be around. Actually, I'll be there starting on the 29th, getting late on the 29th. So look, if you're around, would love to meet up, say hi, and check in with you on your tennis game, see what's going on. But I'll be there from the 29th until departing on the 12th, July 12th. So should be there for a while. Anyway, guys, what I've got for you today is the kick serve myth. And talking about Tony Dawson, he's kind of the model that sort of breaks that myth. I'm going to talk about that. Before we get into it, a reminder about 98.6, Dave Doherty's men's high-performance tennis clothing. He's generously giving us a 15% discount off our initial order. The link is down below, and all you got to do to get 15% is just drop in the discount code, which is Brent01. That's capital B, lowercase RENT, and then 01, and you'll get that discount. Highly recommend this, not only the company, but the clothing. Unique material, and I think that you'll find it is high performance tennis clothing, right? Men's shirts, shorts, hats. Check it out down below. In the description area is the link. So, guys, let's talk about the kick serve myth. And I think there's a lot of, let's call it clickbait, some funky titles out there saying that, yeah, you got to have the kicker. Here's how to get the kicker. Here's how to kick the ball into the second row of the spectators, blah, blah, blah. And, maybe if you're a young buck, maybe if you're in your 20s or 30s, maybe early 40s, you could develop a pretty nice kick serve, right? Which has got the big, nasty bounce out of the service box over there. But, it's kind of relative a little bit too. You can develop a big kick, but your opponents of that younger age group, they can typically, if they know it's coming, they can deal with it. Right. And I mean, it's kind of like Major League Baseball. If the hitter knows what's coming, no matter how nasty the pitch is, if they know what's coming, I'm going to give the advantage to the hitter. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't develop, that you shouldn't develop as much of a good second serve, high bouncer with a lot of great spin. Absolutely, you should. And the reason we should is that, number one, I think with a kick serve is, well, let me take a step back in terms of the myth of the kick serve, which is typically taught. You got to toss, place your toss way behind your head, right? Okay. So again, going back to the younger generation, if you've got that kind of flexibility in your neck and your shoulders and your lower back, and you can actually generate some racket speed from a toss, from a contact point that's well behind your head, more power to you. Most of us, once we get past the 50, 55 age group, it gets tougher and tougher to have that kind of flexibility, right? And so I just think that you're wasting your time if you're in the older age groups trying to go for a kicker serve. I mean, for a couple of reasons, that even if you don't injure yourself, which the chances go way up that you're going to, is that toss placement really tough to generate any racket speed. And so what my recommendation is to think less of a kick serve, think more about, well, where can you put the toss so that you can generate some racket speed? You can generate a high quality spin. You can generate a nice safe arc over the top of the neck so that you practically eliminate double faults, certainly from serves going into the net, but also having enough spin safely over the top of the net that it curves itself back down inside that service line, but that also has a nice bounce out of the box. And even if that opponent can read the bounce, still they're having to deal with some ball that's, shoulder height or higher, right? Which really kind of puts them in a neutral position, doesn't give them an offensive opportunity, unless they're in that rare air of being able to kind of take a high bouncer, serve, boom, move in, take on the rise. Okay. But how many players that we play against actually do that? Very, very few. And so, look, getting back to Tony Dawson, look, Tony has struggled with, for the past several years, shoulder issues for whatever reason, right? And so eventually he gave in and had a shoulder replacement, not a little, shoulder surgery here or there, the full-blown replacement. And look, I mean, the guy has worked his serve to where now it's not the greatest serve in the history of men's senior tennis, but for Tony at that skill level, it doesn't matter because, and here's where I'm trying to get on the myth. The myth is that if you develop this kick serve, nothing's coming back, right? Well, that's just baloney. Really what you want to work on is you want to work on your transitional volley, your transitional half volley, your transitional approach shot off the serve. And, Tony and Tommy Cannell just recently, the men's 70s national hard courts in Irvine, California, got to the finals and ended up playing who I think are arguably any year, whatever year in their age group, Len Wofford and Paul Wolf. I mean, those two guys, I've played them several times. And look, I think they're probably the best doubles team in the world in their age group year in and year out. I talked to Paul yesterday, and Paul admitted the first thing he says is, we shouldn't have won that match against Tony and Tommy in the finals, right? He said, we got lucky. And I said, okay, well, I like the humble thing, but really? He said, oh yeah. And I've talked to Tony about that match, and gosh, I mean, they should have won the first set tiebreaker. I know they had the score wrong in the on the draw sheet, but Tony and both Paul said Tommy and Tony should have won that first set. They're up 5-0 in the breaker, didn't win it. They did win the second set, and then Tommy Cannell had an injury that they finally had to retire in the third. But here's my point with Tony Dawson, and anyone will tell you that not only does he play his transitional volley as well as anyone in several age groups, below where he is, that the serve doesn't have to be great. The serve doesn't have to be a big old kicker. In Tony's case, the serve doesn't have to be a nice high bouncer, right? I mean, the high bouncer is a version of the kicker. So for me, my serve, when I'm playing doubles especially, and I'm playing serve and volley and I'm trying to get in, darn right, I'm trying to get a bounce out of that service box over there by getting a high quality spin with a toss that's slightly, maybe on top of my head, but not behind it. And most of the time, my second serve toss is in front of me so I can generate some swing speed. Gosh, Brent, well, how do you get any spin if you don't put the toss back there? Well, I just stay sideways a little bit longer at contact, which changes the swing path, right? To be able to get that high quality spin. But with the toss in front of me, staying sideways, I now got time to generate some racket speed and be able to get a high enough bounce out of the box over there that it gives me a little more time, maybe one more step to get in closer to that service line. But I'll tell you, just like Tony, I'm really focused not on the quality of having to have a kicker. I'm really thinking about, well, what's the second shot? And if I can handle the return, any kind of return, whether it's a volley, half volley, or maybe, I put the brakes on early in terms of split step and let the ball bounce up and play an approach on my second shot. And then once I'm up on that service line inside it, just like Tony, I'll tell you, Tony Dawson's he's got you cooked at that point, right? If you don't do something big with the return off of his serve, and when I mean big, it better not be anywhere where he can touch it. He's probably going to make the transitional shot. And he's going to make it in such a way that he doesn't give you any kind of offensive opportunity. And then it's going to be after that, he's going to improve his court position. And now he's going to go, we got the advantage. So what's the point of today's deal with the kick serve myth? I want you to spend less time on thinking that you got to develop a true kicker, right? The thing that bounces crazy out of that service box over there. And I want you to spend a lot more time on two things. Number two, going for a higher trajectory second serve that's got spin, right? Because we want it to have some kind of a bounce over there. The combination of the trajectory and a high quality spin, I'm telling you, will give you enough of a high bounce with that serve that the opponent, the returner, does not have any offensive opportunity. And then thing two, I want you to really work on that transitional shot. I can't tell you what it's going to be. It could be a volley, could be a half volley, or it could be a ball that you allow it to bounce up and play a transitional approach on, right? So there you have it. Let's not waste a lot of time, and certainly risking injury with thinking that, if I don't have a kicker, that, I can't be a player. And right now, Tony Dawson has got, he'll be the first one to admit it. He's got a below average serve right now because of his shoulder. He's working through it. And, it could be another 6 months, 12 months, couple of years. I don't think he cares. He'll keep working on it, and it'll come to him whenever that time is. But in the meantime, he's got so much faith and belief and confidence in his transitional shot that he hasn't lost anything. So look, guys, that's the message. Let's get out there. Let's work on that transitional shot a lot. Spend more time on that than trying to develop a kick serve. And I think what you'll find is over time that you'll become a much more confident server because you're not worried about that second shot, right? And you're not thinking, well, I don't really handle that transitional shot too well, so I'm going to throw it in there. I'm going to serve and stay back. Okay, well, look, in any level of doubles, if you stay back, any level of high level doubles, if you stay back, I don't think you got the advantage. I really don't. So spend more time on that transitional shot. If you want some help with that, let me know. If you want some help with the topspin second serve, let me know. And you can do that in two ways. Just go ahead and shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. Let me know what's going on with your high bouncer, your topspin second serve, something you don't quite get, or with the transitional shot, something that you're not quite getting. Let me know, and I'm more than happy to tell you what I think could be a great place to start getting better at either that topspin second serve and or the transitional shot. Down below, guys, you can leave that again for me in the comments area if you want some help, or you can shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. A reminder about 98.6. The link is in the description area down below. 15% discount off your initial order. Brent01 is the discount code, capital B, then lowercase RENT and a 01, and you'll get that discount. Guys, that's it for me today. Looking forward to got a nice early morning hike up the mountain today, and then some tennis with my buddy David here in Steamboat, and probably follow up with a little mountain bike ride up Burgess Creek today. What the heck? Why not? Let's go for it. Guys, That's it. Time for all of us. We got to get out there. We got to help someone else have a spectacular day. Guys, I'll see you again next time.